Dear students, I welcome you for the today's lecture related to the steady state heat conduction problems with heat source in a flat plate or a slab. So till now we have not considered the source of heat generation. Today we are going to consider the source of heat generation and calculate what will be the intermediate temperature as well as what will be the wall temperatures. That means in the center of a slab there is a heat source, and what and how the heat that will be dissipated, there we are going to calculate the temperature. Also, we'll consider the convective coefficient and calculate the amount of heat transfer as well as the temperature. Besides that, we are also going to discuss the two situations, that is, one is the wall, the slab with a uniform temperatures at the outer wall, and second the wall with the different temperatures, and thirdly we are going to discuss the Biot number and its effect related to the heat conduction problems. So there are many instances of generation or absorption of heat taking place within the body itself. For example, that in case of your nuclear reactors and the piston and crown arrangement, then chemical reactions, then combustion processes, drying, settling of concentrates and electric conductors, where the source of heat generation, that is there, heat that is generated in this system. So in all these cases, the temperature distribution is of great interest, and it can be determined by analyzing the generation or absorption of heat within the system. So that is what our aim, to calculate the temperature distribution at that point of interest and the amount of heat transfer or the rate of heat transfer. So some simple systems with uniform heat source like plate wall, solid and hollow cylinders, spheres, electrical conductors and nuclear fuel elements, these are of common considerations that are discussed in our heat transfer. Out of that, we will discuss this plane wall, solid and hollow cylinder, and for spheres, that is of our concern. Then we shall restrict our the firstly it's a plane wall that we will consider. So it's a simple plane wall, three-dimensional figure that is shown here, and at the center there is a heat source that is available, the heat that is generated, and the heat which is going out, the total length of the slab, that is L. However, the distance we are taking in this case is at the center x equals to 0. Remember that this distance at the center x equals to 0. So the x, that is equal to plus L by 2, total length is L, from this to this the length is total L. So on this side it becomes plus L by 2, on this side it becomes minus L by 2 that is taken. So T maximum is at the center where x equals to the 0. So amount of the heat that is passed through this point and which is going out from this element of consideration. Now this is the small volume element that is taken into consideration, and this in this small volume element the heat coming out is heat going into the system that is taken as the Qx, and the heat going out from this volume element is taken as the Qx plus dx, where dx is my small length of width of the small volume element which is under consideration. Now I am going to apply it for the general consideration. So heat conducted at the x, heat conducted at the x, that is Qx, which is equal to minus Ka dt by dx. Qx, this is what the Qx into this volume element which is Ka dt by dx, and heat conducted out from this volume element, that is from this volume element, heat that is conducted out at a distance x plus dx. This is at the x and this is at x plus dx. So minus k dt by dx minus of ka d2t by dx square into the dx, and the heat generation within the system that is considered as the q dot a into the dx. So this is a slab of thickness L in the region 0, x lies between 0 to L, and of a uniform thermal conductivity K. We are considering the thermal conductivity as the uniform. Let an electric current pass through the slab causing a uniform heat generation of Q dot, that is watt per meter cube. This is what the uniform heat generation at X has been taken into account. So this line. The temperature on the two faces of the slab is TW. Yes, this is the temperature on the slab is TW. Temperature on the two slabs at the end of the wall, that is the TW, and will be the same because it loses the same amount of heat by convection on two sides. Dx is the element of the thickness and A is the cross sectional area A. So taking the balance, that is Qx plus Qg, which is equal to Qx plus dx. So substituting the value of Qx, this is the Qg generation and this is going out. Heat entering into the system, into the volume element, plus the heat generated in that volume element, plus the heat is equal to the heat going out from this volume element at a distance x plus dx. So this is what the balance we have taken on this volume element, small volume element of a width dx. So after this will get cancelled and you will get d2tx upon dx square plus q dot, that is the generation upon k, which is equal to 0. A will get cancelled and k divided by the q that will be there, q upon k. Now this is what we have done it for the consideration in case of our general heat conduction equation also. The similar derivation or similar terminologies we have taken into account for a small volume when we have discussed the general heat conduction equation. So can I take the general heat conduction equation and I will achieve the same equation here also by applying the desired condition. So This is my general heat conduction equation that is given as temperature differential into the x direction, y direction, z direction, the term heat generation and the unsteady state that is dt upon dt that is there. Now this is what the steady state heat conduction we are taking into the account. So this term that is going to be the 0. That is what? Assuming no change in the internal energy. So dt upon dt, d capital T, the change in temperature with respect to the time, that becomes 0. That means it is at a steady state. Always remember that change of any quantity or any measurable quantity, now in this case it's a temperature dt, capital capital T is a temperature and small t is a time. We are taking into account the variation of a temperature with respect to time. That is what? The dt, capital dt upon the dt, variation of temperature with respect to time. If this variation of temperature with respect to time that is not there, that means it's a steady state condition. टाइम के साथ कोई भी क्वांटिटी वैरी नहीं होनी चाहिए. टाइम के साथ जब क्वांटिटी वैरी होती है तो दैट वी विल कंसीडर इट एज अ अनस्टेडी स्टेट. एंड स्टेडी स्टेट किसको बोलेंगे? टाइम के साथ वो क्वांटिटी वैरी नहीं हो रही है. यहाँ पे टेम्परेचर की क्वांटिटी जो है वो टाइम के साथ वैरी नहीं हो रही है. दैट इज व्हाई वी कॉल इट अ स्टेडी स्टेट हीट कंडक्शन. So by simplification in the x direction only, that means this y term, these two terms that will get 0 because we are considering only the x direction. Also this unsteady state condition, that will be 0. So remaining two terms is d2tx square plus q upon k. This is what the same here we have defined, d2t upon dx square plus q dot. Now in this, q dot is the generation, here the q that is generation that is mentioned. So coming to the ultimate aim is that we want to calculate the temperature distribution. ये ग्राफ अपने को अचीव करने का है. हाउ दिस टेम्परेचर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन दैट विल बी इनसाइड दिस स्लैब, वो मेरे को कैलकुलेट करने का है. दिस इज माय टारगेट. आई एम इंटरेस्टेड इन हाउ द टेम्परेचर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन इनसाइड दिस स्लैब when there is a heat generation at the center wall, and these two temperatures that is are constant. So for that I am going to integrate it. I am going to integrate this equation twice, d2t upon dx square plus q dot k which is equal to 0. तो इसका इंटीग्रेशन क्या हो जाएगा? दैट इज dt अपॉन dx which is equal to minus q dot upon kx plus c1. Then on again further integrating it, you will get the temperature which is equal to the minus half q dot k upon x square plus c1x plus c2. Now applying the boundary conditions this problem. This is more important. As the boundary condition changes, the solution also changes. You must have studied this situation in your mathematics. Now, whatever you have studied these terminologies and applications in the mathematics, you have to apply that to a specific problem. This is what the application of mathematics in chemical engineering, specifically in case of your heat transfer. Because all these subjects related to the heat transfer, process control, mass transfer, all incorporates the mathematics application, and they are more or less in a differential form, whenever there is a differential equations that is to be considered or taken into account, one has to require the basic understanding of integration, derivation. Here only you will require. So the boundary conditions of the problem that derives at t is equal to t wall at both x is equal to L by 2 and x is equal to minus L by 2. That is what we have mentioned this in this figure. At x is equal to L by 2 minus L by 2, t becomes equal to tw, and on this side at x is equal to plus L by 2, t becomes equal to the tw. Now what will happen at the center, that is also important. That is, these are the two boundary conditions, and the third boundary condition that is at the center. Now in this case, the center x is equal to 0. What is happening? Change in temperature, that will become 0. That is the next boundary condition that is to be taken into account. That is, at x equals to 0, change in temperature with respect to the distance, that is also 0. At center, that means there is a heat source. Heat source, it supplies a constant heat. So the changes in this heat at a distance x is equal to 0, fixed above. So variation in the distance is not there. That is what? The change in temperature with respect to the distance, that becomes equal to 0 at x equals to 0. So now applying one boundary condition and second boundary conditions, you have to simplify the above equation. That is, first we will simplify this and then this to calculate the values of C1 and C2. So C1, that will become equals to 0. This is at x equals to 0. Change in dt upon dx, that becomes equals to the 0. So C1, that will be equals to 0. C1, that is equal to 0. And then substituting the value of x equals to L by 2, which is equal to temperature Tw. X equals to L by 2, T equals to Tw. Substitute this in the above equation so that you will get the value of T, which is equal to minus q dot x square upon 2k plus C2. And on further simplification, C2, that becomes equal to Tw q dot L square upon 8k. Then combining this C1, which is equal to 0, and C2, which is equal to Tw plus q dot L square upon 8k into this concerned equation. C1 0 कर दिया है, C2 की value, so that I will be able to calculate the temperature T in terms of x, and C2, that is incorporating the Tw and q dot L square upon 8k. So I have substituted these two values and obtained this temperature T. Substituted the value of C2 and simplified that to obtain this value T, which is equal to Tw plus q dot, that is heat generated, upon 8k into L square minus 4x square. This can also be written in like this also. Now the maximum temperature is at the center, that is T maximum at x equals to 0, right? So I am going to substitute x equals to 0 and calculate the value of this T maximum. So this T maximum, that will becomes equals to the Tw into the x0, ये term 0 हो जाएगी. So बचेगा क्या? Q dot L square upon 8K. So that is what Q dot L square upon 8K. This is the maximum temperature at the center, that is calculated by using this equation. The temperature at any distance x, that will be calculated by using this equation. Now I can differentiate this equation with respect to x. Differentiate this with respect to x, so that I will get dt upon dx, which is equal to minus q upon 8k into the 8x. As wall temperature is fixed at a distance L, that is fixed. So, and yes, this is what the temperature T is calculated. One aim is completed. Now second thing is that we are interested in calculating the heat flow rate also. This is the temperature distribution, and the second thing is the heat flow rate. Heat flow rate, that is given by a Fourier law, Q, which is equal to minus Ka dt upon dx at x equals to L by 2. So dt by dx, by differentiating this temperature distribution with respect to the x, I will get minus q8k upon 8x. Substituting x, that is equal to the L by 2. Substituting this x, that is equals to the L by 2. So this will become equal to minus q 8k upon 8 L by 2. So by simplifying, q, which is equal to the 1 by 2 q dot Al. So this is the heat flow rate. Now in this case, we have not taken into consideration the convective coefficient. Here we are assuming the ambient temperature T infinity and the heat transfer coefficient is the H. So coming to the figure basic, here we have taken into account the heat transfer because of the conduction only. Now there is also the another resistance, that is the convective resistance. That means from this TW wall temperature, it is going to the T infinity. T infinity is my surrounding temperature. So this T infinity is my surrounding temperature. From this wall of temperature TW, I am getting the heat to this surrounding at T infinity temperature. So there is a convective heat transfer coefficient that will be there. So Q, which is equal to HA delta T, and the temperature difference, that will be TW minus the T infinity that will exist. This is the convective film. So the amount of heat transfer by conduction will be equals to the heat transfer by convection to the surrounding. This is the heat transfer by conduction inside the slab, and this is the heat transfer by the from the wall to the surrounding, that is what the temperature TW minus T infinity that has been taken into account with a convective heat transfer coefficient H. So the wall temperature, that can be simplified as this in case where the convective heat transfer coefficient that is taken into account. So I am going to substitute this value of convective heat wall temperature, incorporating the infinite temperature, that means surrounding temperature, and the convective heat transfer coefficient. So my this equation 3.49, this equation that will become TW. I am going to substitute this value of TW in terms of the T infinity, that is surrounding temperature, and the convective heat transfer coefficient. This is TW, substitute कर दिया है T infinity and QL upon 2H. QL upon 2H. So this is the general temperature to get the temperature distribution in a slab in terms of the ambient temperature and heat transfer coefficient. This equation में क्या क्या है? Temperature distribution T that is calculated, incorporating the ambient temperature T infinity and the convective heat transfer coefficient, also the conductive heat transfer coefficient. But this above equation does not incorporate the ambient temperature and the convective heat transfer coefficient. So it is only incorporating the wall temperature. So temperature distribution we have talked with the wall temperature and with the surrounding temperature and the convective heat transfer coefficient. Surrounding temperature or convective heat transfer coefficient, they will be associated or they will be coupled, and the heat flow rate that is also calculated in terms of the heat generation, that is Q dot is your heat generation into the area into the L. Now this is the above case was the temperature are same TW. Now the temperature at both the surfaces are different. This is the second situation. Temperature at both the surfaces T1 and T2. In previous case both are TW. This is also TW and this is also TW. Now it's a T1 and T2. So one dimensional heat conduction equation, that is the same as what we have achieved from the steady state heat conduction equation with the heat generation terminology. So it's a small Q upon K. This is what the Q dot that has been taken into account. That is the difference of the two books. So this dt upon dx, on further simplification, on further integration, you will get this thing C1 and C2. Now here the boundary conditions are different. At x equals to 0, T that is equal to T1. So at x equals to 0, T that is equals to the T1, and for x that is equal to the L, T becomes equal to the T2. So this is what the difference in the boundary conditions that has been taken into account. Main difference is this. Situations are different and the boundary conditions are different. So applying these boundary conditions, one has to simplify that. So that C1 that will be calculated as T1, C2 that is calculated as the T1, and C1 that is calculated as T2 minus T1 upon L plus QL upon 2K. So substituting this value of C1 and C2 in this equation, so This is the general heat temperature distribution equation that will be there. This can be further simplified. That is all your mathematical manipulations, adding 1 on the both the sides and further simplifying so that this is written in terms of the temperature and the distances only, where P, that is incorporating the Q dot L square upon 2K T1 minus T2. So this is the general temperature distribution incorporating this value of P. You can write all the details related to the P also. This is one way of simplification. Ultimately, what is done is the temperature distribution that has been calculated. Some part is your mathematical manipulation. You can also remember this equation also. This equation also that is simplified, that will also give you the temperature distribution. But it looks somewhat complicated. For that purpose only, it's a simplified form in terms of the T minus T2 or T1 minus T2, which is equal to 1 minus x upon L plus 1 plus p x upon L, where p, which is equal to the q dot L square upon 2k T1 minus T2, that is there. Now the same thing, we have differentiated this to find out the location of maximum temperature in the wall. Differentiate this equation with respect to the x. That is what T maximum that is to be calculated. So this is differentiated and equated it to the 0. So it becomes your T maximum that is calculated. T maximum minus T2 upon T1 minus T2, that will come as the P plus 1 upon 2P, P plus 1 upon 2, which is equal to P plus 1 square upon 4P, where P is having the value of this Q dot L square upon 2K into bracket T1 minus T2. This is what is the temperature T maximum that has been calculated. The same thing was done for the previous case also. यहाँ पे ऊपर में भी अपन ने यही काम किया था. जनरल टेम्परेचर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन निकाला है. This is simplified form. Then differentiated with respect to x, so that substituted in this equation, Q conduction equation. Here also we have done the same thing, that is differentiated this equation of temperature distribution and calculated the value of maximum temperature. So as the value of this factor increases, the slope of the curve changes as shown in the figure. So this is what the P that is going to change, the behavior of the graph that is going to change. So from -1 to 0 to 1 to 2 to 3, the graph changes like this. Now coming to the Biot number. So the effect of Biot number on temperature distribution in a slab with heat generation. Biot number, that is the effect of this Biot number on temperature distribution, how the temperature that is going to behave, that is going to affect in a slab with the heat generation. Now basically what is a Biot number? That is equal to HL upon K. Now this HL upon K, what is heat? What is that? It is the heat in convection upon the heat transfer rate in conduction. Heat transfer rate in convection upon the heat transfer rate in conduction. That is what? Heat transfer rate, HA delta T we write generally, right? Convective heat transfer coefficient. H is the convective heat transfer coefficient. So the amount of heat transfer or the heat transfer rate in case of convection, that is equal to HA delta T. And heat transfer by conduction, that is Ka, K into A into delta T upon delta L or dt upon dx. So AA will get cancelled, delta T will get cancelled. So H upon K by L, that will be there. So it is simplified to HL upon K. That is, in short, we can write the heat transfer by convection upon the heat transfer by convection. That is the Biot number. Because heat transfer by the convection, ये कहां पे हो रही है? Heat transfer by convection. We'll see in this figure that here it's a T infinity temperature, right, to the surrounding. इसके अंदर जो हीट ट्रांसफर हो रहा है, that is by conduction, and from this wall to the surrounding, that is by convection. So Biot number is a ratio of heat transfer by convection upon the heat transfer by conduction. So heat transfer by convection upon the heat transfer by conduction, it is a Biot number that is defined as HL upon K. It is a dimensionless parameter and it compares the heat transfer coefficient with the internal conductance of the slab. Heat transfer coefficient H is the heat transfer coefficient with the internal conductance of the slab. Internal conductance, that is the K. In the other words, we can define it in terms of a ratio now. It is the ratio of convective to the conductive to the convective resistance of the slab. This is what the conduction resistance within the body upon the convective resistance at the surface from the body. The same thing is there, HL upon K. So HL upon K is the conductive resistance and 1 upon H is the convective resistance. Resistance is upon 1 upon K. K is the thermal conductivity. H is the convective coefficient, heat transfer coefficient. So resistance is 1 upon K and 1 upon H. That is, already we have talked about these resistances. So the second definition of Biot number in terms of a resistances, that is the conductive resistance upon convective resistance, and in terms of a heat transfer rates, that is the heat transfer by convection upon the heat transfer by conduction, and resistances are 1 upon that. So the effect of this Biot number on temperature distribution can be visualized by the following analysis. So again consider a slab of Q uh, 0 to L, that is the length from 0 to L at a distance x equals to 0, at a distance x equals to L. The dissipation heat by convection to the surrounding, heat that is transferred to the surrounding by convection from temperature T to T infinity, and H is the convective heat transfer coefficient. This problem that is formulated as like this. So again it will start from your general heat conduction equation. The same process, the initial steps are same. Write down the general heat conduction equation, then simplify it for one dimension. It will come as d2t upon dx square. Then the steady state term, that is d capital T upon dt, that becomes equals to 0. So the remaining term will be the generation term, q dot upon k, that will be there. So applying this with the boundary conditions, t is equal to t0. This is t equals to the t0 on one side at x equals to 0. And so integrating, equating this conductive to the convective heat transfer coefficient, that is minus Ka dt upon dx, which is equal to Ha into T minus T infinity. This is what? The temperature T that will be there. T minus T infinity. This is T0, this is the temperature T, and this is the T infinity. T infinity is the surrounding temperature. T is the temperature at a distance L. So at a distance x equals to L, it becomes equals to T. So by simplifying it, C2 you will get as the T0, and the C1 that comes out as the T infinity minus T0 upon 1 plus KH, K by H into the L at a distance L, plus this term that will be there. So substituting the values of C1 and C2 in the above equation, that is related to the this equation. This equation is of importance. So this is what? The 3.47. Substituted the values of C1 and C2 by applying this boundary condition. Boundary condition पहले केस की एक थी, दूसरे केस में एक थी, और ये तीसरे केस में कुछ अलग है. बाउंड्री कंडीशंस. This is talked in terms of a Biot number. So Q at a distance x equals to the 0, it simplifies in terms of a Biot number. Now when the Biot number tends to infinity, this means h tends to infinity. That is Biot number क्या है? HL upon K. HL upon K. So Biot number is HL upon K. If Biot number tends to infinity, that means H tends to infinity. H tends to infinity. And or the body with no surface resistance. No surface resistance. What is H? Is what the convective heat transfer coefficient. So this convective heat transfer coefficient is there. That means no surface resistance is there. जो भी स्लैब है, ये स्लैब में का ये कन्वेक्टिव हीट ट्रांसफर कोएफिशिएंट है. So this H is tending towards the infinity. That means there is no surface resistance